Well, every once in a while, we get to bring you an inspirational story from where real life and sports intersect. And today you're going to meet Lexie Williams. As a young girl, she was diagnosed with a pediatric brain tumor. But thanks to an organization called the Friends of Jacqueline, she was introduced shortly thereafter to the UMass women's lacrosse team. And the rest of the story, well, it's pretty magical. So we are going to let the principals in that story tell it to you. Presented by Office Depot, Office Max.
One girl said to us a long, long time ago, every morning I get up and I think all I have to do is play lacrosse today. I don't have to go through anything you've been through. Socially, brain tumor kids have a really hard time because they're out of the mix, being in medical facilities and things happening to them, and they're like weakened versions of themselves. And so Lexie was really lonely, and these girls just surrounded her with love and gave her that social peace and that sisterhood that she was so desperately missing. We had absolutely no idea what we were getting into. We just got a call and said, you need to be in Amherst, which is 2 hours and 15 minutes from our house, on this day. She's getting adopted. You got to do this. It's going to be great.
We were walking down the hallway to their locker room with the coaches and the captains, and I heard all of the players in the locker room just singing and laughing, and just from that moment I knew that this was going to be a great experience.
That day she got introduced to the team, and that day the girls just took her. And by the end of that day she felt like a part of the team. Lexie was just getting off chemotherapy when she was still on chemotherapy, 4 out of 5 years of chemotherapy. She got finished in August, and that season started in September.
You know, it just created so much energy and excitement and appreciation for having her tell her story, everything that she had gone through, and she was so little. And I think it gave our team such a great perspective, you know, as we were going and heading out for a game, that you're playing for something so much bigger.
Every time they scored a goal, they would come over and say, that was for you, Lex, that was for you, Lex. And it was this amazing show. And since then, they've won 7 more Atlantic 10 championships. So it's been kind of a win-win.
She is such an inspiration, I think, for me, knowing that, you know, how lucky I am to, you know, be able to play lacrosse. That's something that, you know, she helped me with, of, you know, I'm able to go outside every day and play lacrosse, and that's something that she can't do.
It's given me more self-confidence, and it's just given me something to live in, to fight for, to look forward to seeing them. They would always be there for me, and I was always sure that I could talk to them and that they would support me and they would include me in conversations, and that was just something that I really needed at that time.
Every day, no matter what circumstances, she's always smiling. You know, and that sort of positive energy is something that you know, is contagious, rubs off on everyone, and it's someone that you just want to be around because she's just so happy.
I'm so thankful to have known Lexie. I think she's, you know, just a great, great kid. And she was very, very helpful and supportive when I tore my ACL for a second time in college, my junior year. She was kind of like my sideline buddy.
Kelsey McGovern, and we'd always run out onto the field together at the beginning of each game. And when she tore her ACL, I went to visit her at her house after, and she's come to my house a few times for dinner, and she was someone who I just really connected to. I plan on majoring in special education. I've always wanted to be a teacher, and I have some learning differences of my own, so I've always wanted to work with other students and really show them different ways of learning.
The fact that she's now going off to school it's crazy. It's great, but it's kind of surreal almost.
The fact that they play a sport and still take all their classes, it just tells me that without playing a sport, I'll be able to get through college and I'll be okay.
We couldn't be more appreciative of our experience with her and our relationship with her, and you know, she's going to be graduating from the program, similar to how our seniors are going to be graduating this year. She's going to be graduating as well. We're going to include her in the ceremony that we have for our seniors at the end of the season, and again, we're just so fortunate that we had such a great relationship with her.
They just provided happiness for me in times where I don't know what I would have done without them. They were always there for me. They'd always text me whenever I needed it, and they were a huge part of my life, and me growing up and me getting through my battles and everything, and I can never thank them enough for all they've done.
Thanks so much to Lexie for sharing her story with us. She plans to graduate high school this coming spring and then start college beginning next fall. All the best to Lexie Williams.